Alright, now it is time to refit a captured cruiser. And we are going to do I guess we're going to do this Chinese cruiser here, because that's the one we have selected. So let's go view this real quick. It's a 4,000-ton cruiser. And we are going to strip it bare and rebuild it from the ground up, I think. We want this thing to be super fast and keep up with our other ships. I don't know how fast we can make it. So that's going to be our first challenge, because we need these guys to go at least 20 knots. I really want them to go 22, but at least 20. So let's just strip this thing clean. And we're going to probably tweak that. Go reduced. And we give it the technology we need to have. And we're just rebuilding this guy from the ground up. The crump armor, reinforced bulkheads, give it a citadel, anti-flood. Alright, so can we make it go 22 knots? We can. So 20 knots is 2,100 tons. And you go 20.5, that's not bad. 21, that's not bad either. So 22 gets big. But 21 we can do. 21.5. We're getting there. And 22 makes it very, very... I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. Let's max out the armor. Whoops. That didn't work out. I want to click on that. We'll max out the armor. And give it some deck. We need to give it a front tower. Now, one of the things we could try to do... Oh, it doesn't like having... Oh, if it's narrow, it doesn't... Oh, look at that. We can't put any of these front towers anywhere. I mean, do that tower. Alright. This tower's huge. Holy crap. What's the difference in these guys? This one is... Well, that's a front tower one with a spotting of 1250. That's a 2200. 2,500 and 1,500. So this one sucks. So 2,200, and this one here is huge. That's not going to fit. But this one here is not bad. We could do that. That's not awful. That's getting a little on the heavy side, though. So we may not be able to go this fast. I think we're not going to be able to. I think we're going to have to go like 21. And as far as engines go, we've got all these standard funnels. And we could do like a tiny tower right in here. We could probably put a barbette up this way. Put a barbette there, because sometimes we can put stupid guns on the inside, which it's not going to let us do. Sometimes it lets us do that, though. Might let us do a 5-inch gun. We could do a 5-inch gun. So let's think about what we want to do here. Realistically, with this guy, we're going to go probably 6-inch guns. We want this to be a fast cruiser. I'd love to go 22 knots, but that's so heavy. 21.5, maybe. So let's think about what we can... If we put, for main guns, if we go 6-inch guns, We don't have enough room to do multiple 6-inch guns. I mean, we could, but it's going to be hard to fit it in there. Let's see if we can put them in the back here. Because we could do 6-inchers like this, and then that's going to make it way too heavy, though. So that's kind of one of the problems we're going to have here. So let's think a little bit about how we want to do this. Because we're also going to need to have some barbettes. So what's our priority here? I mean, we could stick on a bunch of guns. We could do just a couple of 6-inch guns. We can even just do like one main gun and a bunch of secondaries, because this is a small ship. This is definitely a small... it'll let us put little guns up top also, which is kind of nice. So we can do some interesting things with it. What we could conceivably do is we could take this guy and do that. Well, it won't really let us do that, will it? So we can kind of tweak that around a little bit. We've got this this little tiny tower here. I mean, we could go for a better tower, but none of these towers add a lot of accuracy, so it's not really helping that much. So I don't think it's necessarily worth it. Now what we could do, you know, having some of these 5-inchers in here, you know, we could do a bunch of 5-inch guns and make this more like a light cruiser. You know, we have to have at least some... I have to have at least some 6-inch guns. Now, one possibility is we just put on a single 6-inch gun and then just go with all the rest 5-inchers. And that might be an interesting way to do it. Because this is a relatively small cruiser, so we don't have to hit... We don't have to necessarily do a lot of big stuff. Now, the other option is... we slow down a lot, we go to 20.5 knots. We fit all of our guns on there, or go 21 knots. And this might just be how we do it. And instead of worrying about this 5-inch gun, we just have more 2.9s, which work really well. So we do something like this. Now the problem is I want to get another secondary gun on that thing, which means I gotta scoot this thing back, which means I gotta scoot this forward. Like this. Or let's figure out how to, because this rear tower, this small watchtower, none of these really are going to make that big of a difference on our spotting. So we can just kind of have that little boxy thing there. We stick this right up into it, which doesn't like that. And then we scooch these forward a little bit. I put that forward a little bit. I put that there. And this gives us an extra secondary gun in the back. That blocks off that traverse, though. If we take this off, though, this has a full 360, so that's actually better. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have this facing backwards, and we're going to scooch these towers as far back as we can. Now, the other possibility, though, actually, put you here. I want to do something kind of crazy and stupid. Sometimes, boom, just have the gun sticking right into there. That's kind of dumb and crazy, so we're going to do that, actually. Alright, so we can do this. That's actually pretty cool. Now, the other possibility is maybe this has a limited traverse. Maybe we take this guy and that has more of a forward offset, but this still has kind of a crappy, and it's got a 7% forward offset. And if we do this, has a 5%, and this still has the same angle of attack, so that doesn't really help that much. So this is definitely really nice here, so that's one option. Now, the other option we can do is we could always go with a small super firing, and can we stick a 6-inch in front of it? No, we cannot. So that's as far forward as we can put the 6-inch gun. Can't put anything there. Can't fit anything there. So that's not going to work. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the barbette here. We'll put the 6-inch gun on top of it, and this gives it a nice field of fire anyway. We'll go for the 2.9 on top, and then we'll put a 2.9 in front like that. Now we've got a forward weight offset, which is bad, but, you know, we're going 21 knots, which is not bad. That's not bad at all. We've got great armor. We need to try and fix as much rear stuff as we can. And getting anything back here is going to be hard. So that's not going to really work. We could try some casemate guns. And that's adding quite a bit of, whoa, weird camera stuff. That's adding some weird stuff. We could try and put that back there, but that's adding That's 24 tons to do this. So that may not be the best use of our tonnage. We could also do a torpedo tube and stick it in the back there. And so for 9 tons we can... I hate having to do that, but that knocks off like 1%. 1.5%. If we go to the rear belt for the same 9 tons... we're actually doing better just simply adding aft belts. So that actually makes it perfect. So some of the guns have poor field of fire. I'm not sure which ones it's talking about because all these seem to work out pretty well. So this actually works out nicely. Engine efficiency is pretty decent. Now I do want more forward belt, so we'll try and tweak this up a little bit. One of the things I also noticed is I need this to have armor. Ooh. We're going to have a problem with the armor. We're going to have to go with probably 2-inch on the deck. I want to make sure we have armor for our turrets, because otherwise these things will be explodey. Oh, let's go TNT. And we need to kind of tweak this stuff a little bit. And we'll double check it here in a minute. That's going to be good against small ships. If we go capped, that's going to be good against cruisers. Other option is, what our flash fire chance is very low. Go picric acid, still not bad. Semi-armor piercing. And we're just going to light everything on fire. And that's going to be the plan there. So, now we have to figure out how we're going to deal with all of this. We're going to go with the 6-inch main belt, because we need to kind of tweak some of this a little bit. We might actually have to lessen our main belt a little bit, because we're going really fast. You know, speed is really important. But I think we're going to have to... I really want the heavy armor, but I don't want to sacrifice too much. And we have to shave off a little bit. We don't have a lot of places to shave from. We need at least 2 inches of main deck. We really want more than that. We can go... If we have to, we go 5 inches of... I could drop some of the gun armor. I really don't want to do that. I mean, it's not great. We're going to mostly be going up against smaller stuff. We're not going to be hunting big ships with this. But these guys are going to potentially take a lot of hits, because look how much of the ship is gun turret. But the other option is we drop some inner deck. We don't need superstructure armor necessarily, but that's I really kind of do. If we I think it's probably better to do kind of like this. Now the problem is it's going to get shredded by small gunfire in the superstructure. So I really do need some superstructure, like an inch. Our conning tower sucks. We could drop an inch off the belt, or 1/10 of an inch off the belt, and get some conning tower. And this isn't bad, because this is going to be hunting small ships. It's got an awful lot of firepower. It's got 5 6-inch guns. 5 dual 6-inch guns. This is pretty good. You know, for a Chinese ship that we are kind of rebuilding and butchering, it's not bad. This is not bad at all, actually. So I think it fits our requirements. It's faster than 20 knots, ideally at least 21 knots. Got a lot of guns. It's well balanced. All right. Chinese ship designed to hunt down small craft. Let's call it good, and I'll probably do another video here in a minute.